It's time now for the Peter Channel Lady News on this Monday evening, April 4th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Pizza Wiggins at your 6:30 p.m. news and on this Monday evening, and our top story at 6:30 is Walt Disney Company Chief Operating Officer Thomas Stack will depart the Burbank Company this year, throwing into the question the company's succession plans. If the Supreme Court were a stock market, the last few years have been a bull market, then consider the constitutional theories with a tendency but before consider a majority in place of groups race to get their pet theories before. Anyone unconvinced by it, New York, California roughly had some type of evidence to overcome Monday. Both states moved and enacted the minimum wage hikes to $15 an hour, the highest in the country within hours or one another. London, Panama City. Governments across the world began investigating possible financial wrongdoing in the rich and powerful on Monday after a leak of 4 decades of documents from a Panama law that a firm that specializes in setting up offshore. PM has no plans to resign over the wife's offshore firm. Opposition files motion for no comment about thousands of protesters demand government resignation. A construction worker posted a photo of himself beside a Mexican flag hung atop the Trump International Tower in Vancouver, saying he put there to draw attention to many Mexicans who would say he helped build it. A Syrian refugee who was said he did not know the European Union's deal to turn back migrants landed in Greece said that he did federal refugees have suffered in Turkey and did not want to return. Dakar, Senegal. Gunfire rang after hours at Brazzaville, the capital of the Republic of Congo, early Monday as an armed man attacked police station in the mayor's office. Paris, Berlin. Air France said it would allow female cabin crew and pilots to opt out finding routes to train after some staff said they did not want to be forced to cover their hair when it ran. In Tokyo, the Chinese captain of a ship that docked in Japan is in custody for not declaring a previous visit to North Korea. Mexico City. Mexico's Popocatépetl volcano violently erupted over the weekend, launching ash and burning rocks in the air after weeks of increased activity. Havana, the Cuban Observatory on Human Rights has condemned the Castro regime for arbitrary detention of more than 1,200 people in March. In Seoul, the United Nations Human Rights Office in Seoul has been investigating North Korea's rights and abuses used as testimony from recently arrested defectors. Five people were killed when a tourist helicopter crashed in mountainous area of eastern Tennessee on Monday. Tennessee Emergency Management Association spokesman Dean Flunder told the Associated Press that 5 people had died. Supreme Court heard a case of alleged racial bias by juror. A United Airlines flight attendant pulled the emergency slide and exited a parked plane at George Airport, Houston on Monday morning. Mills, Montana. President Obama says World War II veteran historian as the Obama notes passenger historian pro-war chief. Pigeons for Washington, 2 prisoners of the Guantanamo Bay in Cuba detention facility were transferred to Senegal, the Department of Defense announced. Washington, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, Republican Wisconsin, rejected the nominee and decided to become the Republican Party's presidential candidate. The Treasury Department on Monday took aim to the U.S. companies moving into their headquarters overseas to lower their tax bills with aggressive new rules intended to make such moves less profitable and throwing a potential wrench to enterprise was recent. A key section of the Keystone Pipeline has been shut down during an oil spill in South Dakota. TransCanada said on Monday. TransCanada, which operates the pipeline, reported spilled about 187 gallons of crude oil to the Coast Guard's National. Virgin America's lower passenger level the airline school five even its size and schedule too limited to meet all of their travel needs as last year by the Virgin America aims to become best out west. More shoppers can soon have an easy way to pay online than using their credit card by simply typing their Amazon username and password, as Amazon takes on PayPal with expanded payment process and service. Moscow, Russia Inc. a new deal to procure a new trench Su-30SM attack jets as Moscow continues to provide air power to rebel government forces in Syria. Washington, Defense and Security Business. In Bath, Maine, General Dynamics Bath Iron Works received $644.3 million awarded for the new Arleigh-class destroyer RBC Bonham Jr. for the U.S. Navy. Stockholm, Sweden. Sweden has tapped Germany's cross-Mafia recommend for the renovation of 88 Leopard 2 battle tanks and 8 tank recovery vehicles. In Plainville, the state's public defender's agency has state chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union that joined forces to defend the local woman accused of encouraging her to commit suicide while she was a senior at the King Philip Regional High School. The U.S. Advocacy Division of the Committee for Public Counsel Service and the state chapter of ACLU have submitted an administrative brief on a friend of the court brief to the state Supreme Judicial Court on Boston on behalf of Michelle Carter. Carter Plainville is accused of manslaughter for the alleged encouraging 18-year-old Conroy Ray III of Matterport to kill himself during the series of text and phone message in June 2014. Ray was found dead of carbon monoxide poisoning and ferried in his pickup truck. Carter was raped by Franklin lawyer Joseph Cataldo privately is apparently the juvenile judge ruled on a motion to dismiss the case. Carter 919 was 17 times innocent at the High Court of scheduled Carter's appeal on Thursday. A second round of snow on Monday afternoon led to the numerous reports of vehicles sliding off the roads in the Attleboro area. Attleboro Central Falls Police are seeking the public's help in finding an Attleboro van, wanted in connection with a fatal drunk drive and hit and run pedestrian accident in January Roosevelt Avenue. In Boston, a man accused of putting devices resembling pipe bombs and high-voltage power lines left a note threatening to attack utilities and published online instructions on how to make similar devices, according to FBI. Affidavit released on Monday. Danny Kelly was arrested Saturday, days after firefighters responded to a brush fire near the National Grid electric power lines in Tingsboro, about 35 miles northwest of Boston. Authorities said they found methanox nuclear devices hanging from power lines. One of the devices was found on the ground and was believed to have started the brush fire. As any parent knows, keep housing your development young in the nature work baby trial. A tiny resourceful creature that lived 4 million years ago in Nevada, a novel method for such baby tracking and tethered egg patches and back. The Bell administration on Monday released a sweeping scientific report detailing what it's called one of the gravest threats in nature coming decades, a major health risk posed by climate change. Saying they found a direct link between religion and the evolution of modern hierarchical societies. They've been empirically suggested a group of to say ritual human sacrifice promote survive social systems and help to sustain. The concept of HC 1885 AB, the first known planet to reside in a triple star system with a similar subset to KLT 4AB. New York major drug companies took hefty price increases in the U.S. for some cases for more than double the list charge for widely used medication over the past 5 years. Writers and analysts have probably data found. Experimental drug could be a new weapon against the virus that caused Argentine hemorrhagic fever, potentially fatal infection that is considered a bioterror threat. The skin was grown for themselves in a mass using a technique scientists say it could be used for scientific testing on burn victims. American companies less just spent on NS derivative arrests larger in numbers by enrolling trials as many heart disease patients in clinical trials than any previous project with any this mechanism of action the company seems to be counting on teasing out. Okay, look at some closing stock market at 638. The Dow down 55.75 points to 17,737. SP 5 down 6.65 points to 266.13. Nasdaq down 22.75 down to 4891.79. European markets DAX up 27.44 points to 9822.08. FTSE up 18.67 points at 6,164.72. CAC 40 up 22.98 points at 4,345.22. Asian markets Nikkei 16,123.27. Shanghai up 5.6 points at 3,008.98. HSI 24.98.92. Oil markets Tangerine 1.35.49. Brent 37.58 down $1.09. Natural gas 2.008 up 100 a point. Gold markets down 1.8 at 1,217.50. Silver up 26,000 points at 14.97. Copper 8,000 points up at 2.1485. Bonds US 10-year 1.7618% unchanged. German 10-year yield 0.129% unchanged. And Japanese 10-year yield below 0.089 down 18,000 point. And FX bond European US dollar 1.1385 down 5,000 point. US dollar Japanese yen 111.29 down 200 point. And Great Britain US dollar 1.4261 down 1,000 point. Looking at commodities. Wheat 474 3/4 unchanged. Soybean 913.5 unchanged. Corn 354.5 unchanged. Sugar 14.68 down 50 cents. Coffee 122.45 down $4.80. Cotton 58.96 up 20 down 24 cents. Rough rice 9.80 unchanged. And cocoa $2.857 down 24. Live cattle 123.675 unchanged. Lean hogs 70.725 unchanged. And FT cattle 134.70 unchanged. All right. Look at the New England incident alerts. This is just in recently in breaking news. In Bourne, Massachusetts, a motor vehicle roller at the Otis Rotary occupant self-extradited requested to go to hospital for evaluation. Peter Cheladusam, 6:40 time now for Sports Report. The Boston Red Sox home opener. Boston Red Sox opener in Cleveland against the Cleveland Indians was called off due to the weather. And same goes for the Houston Astros, New York Yankees game, and Baltimore Orioles and Minnesota Twins just got called off. Okay, look at some Major League Baseball scores. Washington Nationals and Braves tied at 2 in the top of the 7th. Philadelphia Phillies out late in the Cincinnati Reds 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Seattle Mariners down to the Texas Rangers 3-2, and San Francisco Giants over the Milwaukee Brewers 12-3. And tonight the NCAA tournament is down to its final 2 in the national championship game as the Villanova Wildcats will be taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Allen Iverson was one of 10 people left to win in the Basketball Hall of Fame Monday, and while the undersized scoring machine will always be remembered as time of the 76ers Lynch step over on Tyronn Lue. Buffalo Bills running back LaShawn McCoy would not be charged with a role in an altercation with 2 off-duty Philadelphia police officers inside a nightclub on February as Philadelphia District Attorney Steph Williams announced in the news conference on Monday. Alvo Kaepernick has met twice early in the past 2 weeks. The quarterback has informed the Broncos that he will not accept a pay cut from his guaranteed $11.9 million salary for 2016 NFL media inside Ian Rappaport reported. And the Red Sox and Indians opener in Cleveland post-Florida weather. Peter Cheladusam is now 6:41 on this. Peter Cheladusam is now 6:41 on this Monday evening, and it is time now for Trevor Report. And let's study off down in Rhode Island on this snowy Monday evening. Let's stay up in Rhode Island on this Monday evening. And it is all the highways and byways of Rhode Island are slow go. 95 in the southbound taking accident after 295 in work, so expect some delays. Couple little accidents on 95, one around after 140 in Foxborough, and another one around Route 1 in Sharon. And Route 6 is slow from Sandridge all the way at the Barnstable, and all the highways and byways in Boston vicinity are slow go. And highways in Worcester are slow go, and down in Connecticut, 395 is slow from Markville all the way up to Worcester. I-84 on the westbound side is slow after the Massachusetts border in Connecticut. Hartford area highways are slow go. I-84, a couple of accidents from Farmington and Hartford, so expect some delays. I-91 on both ends, it's slow from Middletown all the way to 691 in Meriden. 95 on the northbound side, it's slow before Route 91 in New Haven. 95 on the northbound side is slow between Greenwich and Bridgeport. Highways and byways in New York City are slow go. New York State Freeway is looking good from New York all the way up to the Pennsylvania border. And the Pennsylvania Turnpike is looking good from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, and I-80 is looking good from New York all the way up to Cleveland. Up in New Hampshire, 3 and 93 are slow go from 101 all the way up to the Massachusetts border. Spalding Turnpike is slow from 95 all the way up to Dover, and 393 in the eastbound side. A little slow up in the Concord stretch, but highways in Vermont and Maine are looking good on this Monday evening. Okay, look at MBTA alerts at 6:43. Okay. Sylvan National was Piston minor lanes to the disabled bus. On the commuter rail for those of you who are taking the train home, Fitchburg train 423, 5:50 p.m. Outbound is operating 10 to 15 minutes beyond schedule between Silver Hill and Fitchburg due to mechanical issue. Please board inbound. Worcester line trains in the outbound platforms at Framingham for Wesley Farm Station today until 7:30 p.m. Please board Worcester line trains on the inbound platforms at Wellesley Farms Framingham Station until 7:30 p.m. and Franklin train 796, 536 minute bound is operating 10 to 15 minutes beyond schedule between Walpole and South Station due to train traffic. Franklin train 719, 5:10 p.m. outbound is operating 10 to 15 minutes beyond schedule between Windsor Gardens and Forge Park due to train traffic. Franklin train 736, 5:32 p.m. inbound is operating 10 to 20 minutes beyond schedule between Norwood Central and South Station due to train traffic. And on the Providence line, Providence train 8802, 6:05 p.m. inbound is expected to depart Wickford Junction 20 to 30 minutes beyond schedule due to late arrival equipment. Providence train 817, 5 p.m. outbound is operating 20 to 30 minutes beyond schedule between Sharon and Wickford Junction due to train traffic. Providence rain 8:13. 4 p.m. outbound operating 55 minutes late between Kent Junction and Providence Station due to mechanical issue, and Providence train 8:22 5:12 p.m. inbound is scheduled due to neurally mechanical issue. The next bound inbound train approximately 8:24 at 6 p.m. So if you're on the rails and roads, try to be patient, take your time, and take your precious time back home after a day at work. Peter Channel News Time, 6:45 on this Monday evening, and it is time now for weather report and the calendar. May we April 4th, but Mother Nature has her tricks up her sleeve as she has provided the region with a sneak snowstorm. Today, as I was out in Taunton and the roads were looking good. Some were slow, some were good, as the plows did a good job here in Taunton and here in Norton, plowing the roads and sending the roads, and people got to their destination just in time. So it was no big deal with a snowstorm. Just huge stuff. Okay, right now, current conditions at 6:46 p.m. 33 degrees at temperature. Snow and fog, humidity 89%. Wind speed not about 8 miles an hour. Barometer 29.1 inches. Dew about 30 degrees. Visibly half mile. Wind chill about 26 degrees. All right. Current conditions around the region. It's 28 out in Boston, 24 in Bedford, 27 in Beverly, 20 in Gloucester. It's 25 in Fitchburg, 21 in Worcester, 23 out in Sturbridge. It's 20 in Boston, 29 in Norwood. It's 33 in Taunton and Bedford. It's 32 in Plymouth and Falmouth, 34 in Chatham, 36 in Murfreesboro, and 27 in Smithfield and Providence, 32 in Westerly, 34 in Montauk and in Blockhound, 35 in Nislip, 42 in New York City, 32 in Bridgeport, 31 in New Haven, it's 28 in Danbury and in Meriden, Connecticut, 27 in Waterbury and Hartford, Connecticut, 26 in Woodlock, it's 25 in Springfield, 24 in Athol, 27 in Greenfield, it's 23 in Pittsfield, 25 in North Adams, Massachusetts, and Albany, New York, 23 in Silver Springs, 21 in Rutland, Vermont, 24 in Lebanon and New Hampshire, 24 in Benton, Vermont, 21 in Berber, Vermont, that's 25 in Keene, Hampshire, 22 in Jeff, Hampshire, 25 in Concord and Manchester, Nashua, and Laconia and Portland, Maine, and 25 all place from Laconia, Concord, Manchester, and Nashua, Hampshire, and 26 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Okay, look at that. Surface map around the country shows a cold front from north central California emerging the state front around Reno, Nevada, and a cold front from northern Nevada stretching down from Idaho down to Montana. Warm front from eastern Montana stretching down from South Dakota emerging the state front by Nebraska, and a cold front from Kansas stretching down in the mid-south region and down for the Middle States and merged with a station front from New Jersey all the way out to sea. And we got a station front from Marlboro stretching in 7 Saskatchewan down for western North Dakota. Flowing from eastern British Columbia down for central Washington and northwestern Oregon. Flowing with a low pressure from Utah down for the Four Quarter region. Another flowing from Southern Nevada down to southeastern California down for Gulf of California with low pressure right in Arizona. Running by stretching from southern New Mexico, stretching western Texas with a low pressure right there. Following from Virginia, stretching down for the Carolinas and into northern Florida. And following from eastern Ontario, stretching into central New York. And another following from eastern Wyoming down for Colorado. And we got high pressure ridges in eastern Manitoba and western Ontario. High pressure ridge in western Colorado and off the Carolina coast. Then the Texas Gulf Coast, it's 31 degrees in Detroit, 36 in Pittsburgh, 58 in Washington, D.C., it's 76 in Atlanta. 78 in Miami, 84 in Dallas, Texas, 79 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 65 in Kansas City, 60 in Omaha, Nebraska, 32 in Chicago, 38 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 58 in Great Falls, Montana, 56 in Seattle, 64 in San Francisco, 68 in Los Angeles, it's 84 in Las Vegas, 90 in Phoenix, Arizona, 74 in Albuquerque, 70 in Denver, and 64 in Salt Lake City. All right, let's take a look at latest radar. And it shows looking at radar, and it shows the last of the snowbands from 128 from Gloucester down for Lexington and stretching down for Boston, coming to much of southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Towns, and coming to all Rhode Island, except for a little lull in the action in northwestern corner of Rhode Island, and also snowing from the Pike from Boston to Worcester, and some snow from Southbridge stretching in east of Stratford and Tolland, and some patchy snow showers around Hartford stretching in New Haven, Connecticut. Another batch of snow showers from Brookfield down for Ridgefield, Connecticut, and seeing some sleeting around New London, Connecticut, also sleeting around 24 and 140 Lakeville, and talking around Silver City Galleria Mall, which I was there this afternoon, and sleeting from Westport stretching all the way down Wareham. It's also raining around Wareham, and also sleeting around Sandwich and around Bourne and Falmouth, and also raining from Nantucket and around Martha's Vineyard with a sleet and snow around west of Martha's Vineyard, and some snow around northeastern portions of Long Island and some rain showers from southeast Long Island. And it is raining all the way down through the New York City and covering much of southern New Jersey and stretching around. Run from eastern Pennsylvania, stretching down for Delaware, down for Maryland, down for northern and western portions of Virginia. Needs some heavy bands of showers from Annapolis, stretching down to Chesapeake Bay, east to Baltimore, stretching down to Dover, and in the western New Jersey, south of Philadelphia. Up in northern New England, a line of snow showers from Brunswick, Maine, stretching all the way up down to down East Maine, and also snowing from Portland, Maine, down to Kennebec, and stretching in between Maryland and Concord, New Hampshire, and a line of snow showers from Rutland, Vermont, stretching down to Silver Springs and east of Utica and east of Ithaca, and seeing some snow showers north of Utica. And also it's snowing around western portions of Nova Scotia, and seeing some snow showers of western and southeastern portions of Newfoundland, and then seeing some snow showers from 17 New York, from Ithaca all the way down for Jamestown and Chautauqua, and also snowing around the Lake Erie region from Cleveland, stretching out to Detroit, and stretching out northwestern portions of Ohio, stretching to northern Indiana, and down the western portion of Michigan, and also snowing from Chicago down to Milwaukee and south-central portions of Wisconsin, stretching to Green Bay, and up to southern portions of UP, Michigan, also snowing in the northwestern portions of Wisconsin, and zooming in on Cleveland, Ohio. And this is Cleveland right now, and the Sox were supposed to have an opening game in Cleveland against the Cleveland Indians, but Mother Nature also had other plans, as that Red Sox Cleveland Indians game got postponed due to the kind of snow, as it's snowing in the Cleveland area. Alright, elsewhere around the nation, weather-wise, where the precipitation is, it's also raining, stretching all the way from the east, southeastern Kentucky down to Tennessee. And it also raining from Cuba, stretching around south-central portions of Florida, south of Miami, and down to Bahamas. And down in the western portion of the country, some spotty rain showers in the northeastern portions of Colorado, down for western Nebraska. A lot of rain showers from Nevada, stretching in the northwestern portions of Utah, and rain and sleet from western Wyoming, stretching up into eastern and northern portions of Idaho and up into Montana, and some rain showers from northwestern Oregon and Washington State, some sleet and snow from Washington Cascades. And then also it's stretching up into the southeastern portions of British Columbia, some snow, sleet, and rain showers in eastern portions of British Columbia, down for western portions of Alberta. Rain showers between Edmonton and Calgary, and some spotty snow showers in the west central portions of Saskatchewan, and down for central portions of Saskatchewan. Alright, looking at satellite loop, and it shows a lot of clouds coming from the Canadian Maritimes and coming from New England, stretching down for the western Virginia, down to southeastern Kentucky, down to Tennessee. Patchy clouds from northern New England and stretching all the way down for the Great Lakes. And patchy clouds from the Four Corner region, stretching in the Northern Rockies, and coming much of the Northwest region, and from British Columbia all the way down for Saskatchewan, and patchy clouds from Manitoba, stretching in that to the Canadian Maritimes. Alright, take a look at some weather notes. Winds will stay breezy tomorrow with a bitter cold. Got the feel of February, but tomorrow will be Wednesday's lows will be 13 to 23 degrees. In Boston lows tonight, 25 to 35, while seeing in the suburbs in the 15 to 25 degree range. And expected tomorrow's highs 31 to 38 degrees. And taking a look at forecast discussion. Moderate heavy snow will be coming in end this evening on what? Mainly dry and seasonally cold weather expected by Wednesday. About more severe temperatures are likely by the end of the work week, with wet weather, cool temperatures returning for the weekend. As rapid deteriorating weather conditions by early this evening will have a significant impact on the rush hour, particularly in the Boston and Providence corridor. Moderate to heavy snow affected most of the southern New England late this afternoon, but the backcountry was coming into our western zone. Prototype was all snow with the exception of the south coast and upper Cape, where there will be a mixture of snow, skiing, even touch of freezing rain, and current temperatures are incredibly cold for late afternoon, but most locations still in the 20s in the northwest of a Boston and Providence line. In fact, there's maybe end up being the second coldest slow maximum on record in the month of April, and a few locations only outdone by the Arctic area for the fall of the April 1982 blizzard. More importantly, road conditions will continue to rapidly deteriorate and moderate to heavy snow late this afternoon as the sun gets lower in the horizon. Conditions only get worse. This will have a significant impact on the evening rush hour, particularly in the Boston and Providence corridor, where the heaviest snow will likely be aligned over the next couple of hours. Total circulation 3 to 6 inches is expected to for much of the region, with some locally higher amounts. We did this up to the upgrade the Boston and Providence corridor with a winter storm warning For general forecast, 8 inches of snow. Even the mountain ends up being just a shine in some locales. Given the heaviest band will be focused surface in the next few hours. During the evening rush hour, will feel warm for impact along. Dry working in the region should allow the snow to come to an end across West Massachusetts, North Carolina at 7 p.m., but maybe percent until 8 or 9 p.m., and especially southeast of the Boston and Providence corridor. So, the southeastern Massachusetts, Bristol, Plymouth, and Norfolk counties could get 4 to 8 inches, while west could get 3 to 6 inches total. All right. We are under a winter storm warning effect until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening. As the National Weather Service international winter storm warning for which is in effect until 10 p.m. this evening for the winter weather advisory is no longer in effect. Locations along the Boston Providence corridor report stuff and needs to just north of the south coast. Heavy snow accumulations of 4 to 8 inches and so continue to fall moderate heavy times between Port Tamian up from northwest to the southeast between 7 and 10 p.m. and impacts work conditions get rapidly deteriorate early this evening as the sun gets lower in the sky. All around for the more snow to stick to the roadways is expected to have a significant impact in the evening rush hour, especially in the Boston Providence corridor where the heaviest snow is expected to be occurring at the time. Winter storm warning this issue when an average of 6 or more inches of snow expected in a 12-hour period, or for 8 or more inches in a 24-hour period. Traveling the slope at best and well treated surfaces and quite difficult on the bottom and treated surfaces. Winter storm warning affected to the of this evening as this hazard weather outlook for eastern Massachusetts, southeastern Massachusetts, and northern Rhode Island as day 1 this afternoon and tonight. Winter storm warning day 2 for 7 Tuesday for Sunday be up. Low point before wind lines and Thursday to be at risk but at least minor coastal flooding and erosion during one and more the high tides Thursday, Friday. Alright. 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, snow before 9 p.m. Then snow showers mainly between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. Low end 23 degrees, no round 8 to 10 miles in gust size, 25 miles an hour. Right at chance is 1%. Total nighttime circulation 1 to 3 inches possible. Tuesday, most skies got in great come and sunny skies about 34 degrees. Down for about 11 miles gust size, 26 miles an hour. Tuesday night, most of the skies will about 16 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Wednesday, increased skies high about 39 degrees. Common coming 7 5 to 7 miles in the afternoon. Wednesday, chance of showers mainly after 3 a.m. Most of the skies about 35 degrees. South about 9 miles and anticipation is 30%. Thursday, showers mainly after 7 a.m. and before 1 a.m. High near 57 about 44 degrees. And chance precipitation is 8%. Friday, chance of showers after 10 a.m. Parts of the skies about 55 degrees and chance precipitation 30%. Friday night, chance of rain showers up before 2 a.m. Then a chance of rain and snow showers. Most skies about 32 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40% for Saturday. Chance of showers before 7 a.m. Parts of the skies about 45 degrees. Chance precipitation 30%. Saturday night, most skies go about 27 degrees. Sunday, most of the podcasts go about 43, about 30 degrees. And for Monday, most of the skies about 51 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the evening. Snow will end, but the cold will last Tuesday and Wednesday. Peter Worsleyville. Good evening, goodbye to you for a late night report. Right there for the Sports Center, right after the National Championship game between Villanova and North Carolina. Have a good evening all. See you for a late night report.